In this video, we're going to go over problem number 1 in the Piecewise functions homework. So in this problem, they give us a graph that has 3 different pieces. It has this piece here that's increasing, and it has this piece that's saying steady, and it has that remaining piece that's decreasing. So it wants us to write the expression for each of those 3 pieces and to give the interval. So when we're writing the expression, we're going to write this in what's called point slope form. And we learned about this around winter break. So if you forgot what that formula is, they give it to you on the homework. And they're telling us that that formula is y equals, or here d sub t equals, and that's going to be m times the quantity, so in parentheses, x minus x1 plus y1. So this equation looks really, really gross, but it's actually not so bad. When we put the numbers in, our m value is going to be our slope. And remember, to find the slope from a graph, you do the rise over the run. And we're going to be doing that in just a minute for that green and purple section. And then for the x1 and the y1, we're just going to pick a point that's in our section and fill in the coordinates of that point. So here, I think we should actually start with the domain part first. So the domain, remember, is x values. And here we're just saying what x values are each section starting at. So remember, your first number here is your start number, and where is it ending at? And so for this first red piece, they give us 0 is less than or equal to t. It's less than or equal to 1. That's the same thing as just saying x values between 0 and 1. So if you can't type in the symbols, you can just write this. It's going to be x values between. Then your first number is going to be your starting number, and your last number is going to be your ending number. So for this green section, we start where t is 1 hour. It's the same place as where the red section ends. So we're going to have 1, and then we're going to have that less than or equal to t is less than or equal to, and then the green section ends over here where t is 6. And again, you could also just say x values between 1 and 6. So now we do it for the purple section. The purple section starts where the green section ends at t is 6. And then we have that less than or equal to t is less than or equal to. And the purple section ends right here between 7 and 8. So that would be 7.5. So we filled in our interval domains. We said where each part or each piece of the graph is. Now we need to do the expression part. So I'm going to go ahead and erase some of this to give us a little bit more room. And we're going to start by finding the slope, our m value for the green section. So we know slope is rise over run. And here our run, we can just count. We go from 1 to 6. So we're going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 over. But if we're not going up in the green section and we're not going down and we're just saying steady, that rise is going to be 0. We're not going up and we're not going down. So 0 divided by 5 gives us a slope of 0. So far we have d of t equals 0 outside those parentheses. And remember, we have x minus in the formula, and now we need our point. We need the x1 and the y1. So this is really nice because you can just pick any point in the green section. I like this one. That point has coordinates 3, 2. So I'm going to have x minus 3 and then plus 2. So we're going to do that again for the purple section. We're going to start by finding the slope, the rise over the run. And then we're going to pick a point. So here, the rise, we're actually going down. And because we're going down, it's going to be negative. So we're going down 2, so negative 2. And our run is going from 6 to 7.5. So that's a distance of 1 and a half. Now you put this in the calculator and it gives you negative 1.3 repeating. So we're gonna write that with a little bar over the 3. All right, so we have our slope. And the last thing that we need is to pick a point to put into our formula. So when you pick a point, make it easier for yourself. You want to pick something nice. We wouldn't really want to pick this point that's here at 7 because that's like 7, maybe 0.7. It's kind of hard to figure out where that point is right here. But this top point where the purple section starts, that's pretty easy. It's on the grid lines. It's at 6 on the x-axis and 2 on the y-axis. So that makes it really easy to fill into our formula. So we get x minus 6 plus 2. Question number 2 on the homework is very similar to this. So you should do that in the same steps. You should start by coloring in the different sections of the graph. Try and find those domain intervals, so the start x value and the end x value, and then use this point slope form to write the equation for that piece of the graph. If you're still having questions about this, please email me and or come to our Zoom class session.